Hello, it's Friday, October 30th, and we're going to talk about pandemic, cannabis, and happy Halloween. Let's start today with a pandemic situation. You'll see this great map on here from the Government of Canada. As of yesterday, Canada has had 228,522 cases of COVID-19, of which almost 27,000 are considered active. This has, however, resulted in more than 10,000 deaths, marking a grim milestone. The Government of Canada's numbers have Ontario in second in terms of raw numbers with 73,819, with more than 7,000 active cases. BC is fourth among the provinces with 14,109 cases, and of which 2,000 are active. Newfoundland is the fifth fewest cases in the country with 291 and only 4 active cases. In terms of testing, the Government of Canada is reporting that close to 10 million tests have been administered. This includes almost 5 million in Ontario, almost 600,000 in BC, and over 51,000 tested in Newfoundland. Provinces continue to grapple with rising and plateauing numbers of new cases. Ontario and Quebec lead the country in numbers, but BC has shown recent troubling increases as well. The case fatality rate continues to vary widely across the country, but the overall declining trend continues, with Ontario posting a 4% case fatality rate, BC with 2%, and Newfoundland with 1%. The national average is pegged at 4.4% as per the Government of Canada. Overall, we're seeing significant variation between provinces in terms of policy decisions regarding social activities and their related economic sectors. Most notably, Quebec has imposed the most sweeping restrictions, resulting in some backlash from local impacted businesses. In Ontario, the provincial government has focused on 4 regions and is considering imposing additional restrictions on 2 others, should cases not come under control. In BC here, new restrictions on private gatherings have been introduced, claiming that new cases are the result of Thanksgiving get-togethers. The variation in policy decisions countrywide demonstrates the need for community-based analysis. A company or an organization called Project Looking Glass has been developing software with community-based analysis to assist municipalities in developing policies and procedures based on their actual reality. The Ashcroft Hub has been involved in providing local feedback regarding their development of the analytic tool. Moving on to cannabis production and the sales in Cache Creek. According to Statistics Canada, cannabis is one of the most widely used substances in Canada, with nearly half of Canadians reporting having used it at some time in their lives. 2 years ago, Canada became the second country in the world to legalize its sale, possession, and non-medical use by adults. The Cannabis Act has 3 main public health goals: to keep cannabis out of the hands of youth, to keep profits out of the pockets of criminals, and to protect public health and safety by allowing adults access to legal cannabis. Provinces and territories are responsible for determining how cannabis is distributed and sold within their jurisdictions. Each province and territory also has flexibility to set additional restrictions, including limits on possession, personal cultivation, and public use, and increasing the minimum age of use. The village of Cache Creek has begun a planning process to develop a local regulatory framework for the sale, production, and consumption of cannabis within the village. The village of Cache Creek has conducted a survey regarding cannabis production and sales, to which 55 residents and 6 business managers or owners in Cache Creek responded. The overall consensus of the survey was that both production and the sale of cannabis is supported, and the potential for business growth is highly supported. The village is continuing their consultation process, which will inform the development of the local regulatory framework and set the parameters for the sale and production of cannabis in Cache Creek. For the full community engagement report, you can visit the Village of Cache Creek's website. Moving on to Halloween, it's just one day away. 2020 has been the year of cancellations. Weddings, graduations, vacations, and even funerals have been either canceled or postponed, leaving many of us feeling disappointed and discouraged. But Halloween has not been canceled, and many are finding innovative ways to ensure that kids and adults alike can still have a great time while being safe this Halloween. Here are some great tips for you this Halloween from Mom versus Halloween 2020 video.
Halloween is not canceled. Here are 10 tips to safely celebrate Halloween and still trick-or-treat. My main project this year is to create that candy slide that you've seen all over the internet. It's very impressive, but I think it's a little out of my reach. So I've come up with a way that's a little more approachable for us moms. As much as I love and appreciate the ingenuity of all that PVC pipe, that was a little intimidating for me. I think at the end of the day, all we need is something high and something low. So I found a high ladder and a low ladder. I'm going with a ghost theme because I think it's universally the easiest costume or craft project out there. If you have old sheets, that's the way to go. If not, you can generally find some super inexpensive sheets at the discount stores. I gotta make sure that I, who will be passing out the candy, is 6 feet apart from the person receiving the candy. I'm gonna get my chute from Home Depot and we'll be ready to go. Now it's the part where I act like I know what I'm talking about. This is supposed to go 6 feet, so considering I'm just over 5 feet, I think we're there. That's perfect. I can reach from right here, and even if I just want to take one step up, that's perfectly fine. Now I'm gonna draw where I should cut the hole open for the ghost. Just gather the center where you made your mark and snip away. I'm going to take my tube and go spray paint it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to disguise it a little more so that you can't see that the candy is being passed from ghost to ghost. Listen, moms, if I can do this and knock it out while the kids are in school, you can too. All right, while this dries, we'll head inside and I'll share with you some more of my tips for Halloween 2020. Don't let 2020 get you down. You can still decorate and get in the holiday spirit. We want to create as much normalcy as possible in these times. And what about some alternative ways to hand out candy? Tongs are a great idea. You can even toss them to the trick-or-treaters. And if you're really feeling in the mood, you can create a zip line from your house to the trick-or-treater's bucket. And how's this for a tip? Reverse trick-or-treating. Hear me out. Get dressed up, get in the car, go drive around and pass out some great treats. You can do pre-packaged little goodie bags. Be sure and wash your hands before you stuff these and pass them out to the trick-or-treaters or just your family and friends. And if you really don't want to take any chances, have a prepared bucket of candy that you can trade with your kids as soon as they get back from trick-or-treating. Next tip, stick with your QUARAN-TEAM. Everyone has one by now, so invite them over and host your own haunted house or even scavenger hunt. And how about starting some new traditions? Head outside and host a scary movie night with your family or even tell some new ghost stories. Next tip is to incorporate a mask into your costume. The CDC still recommends that you use a face covering, so why not find a creative way to incorporate it into your costume? I've got a whole lion set up, so I can incorporate this mask by drawing on the nose and mouth. If you're just not feeling it but don't want your kids to feel left out, Halloween does occur over a weekend, so you can always pack up and head out of town. And finally, if none of these tips are working for you and you just don't want to take any chances, then just sit this year out. Turn your lights out and enjoy your candy at home. All right, the paint has dried. Now let's get back to the slide. All right, time to taper up. I know that looks a little junky, but no one's going to see it from this side except me. We'll want to be careful on this sharp metal edge, so I'm going to put some extra tape around there to protect the little kids' hands. Before I tape this on, I need to make sure the candy goes all the way through. All right, let's see if this works. Yay! Now I can tape this part on. All right, now let's put our ghost together. If you don't already have some decorative ghost at home, you can easily create your own eyes and mouth. Just cut out your own black circles. At the end of the day, you can make this as inexpensive or as expensive as a project as you want. I happened to pick up these ghosts because I just thought it would tie my theme in all together. The ladder is multi-purpose. You could put your glass of wine right here, your hand sanitizer, whatever you need. Okay, here it goes. Trick or treat. In the past, projects like this would get a big old eye roll from me, but if this is my only choice for trick or treating this year and letting my kids have a little fun, then I'm all in. But remember to take the easy way out. It doesn't have to be complicated. For something like this, you just need something high and something low and something to connect it all together. No matter what you're doing, I hope you have a happy Halloween. For more videos like this, don't forget to follow Mom Verses and My Recipes on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Now, if you liked that ghost shoot that you just saw, make sure you come to the Ashcroft Hub tomorrow for the trick-or-treating event. You can check out our version of that. But if you're looking for some Halloween fun locally, here are a few events happening in Ashcroft and Cache Creek. Tonight, hosted by the Ashcroft Indian Band at the Ashcroft Travel Center, also known as Tim Hortons, you all know where that is, there's a double feature movie drive-in. The event is free. Now, I also heard that there's some free drinks there as well, but also only the first 50 vehicles will be allowed to enter, so first come, first serve there. The first movie starting at 6:30 p.m. is Monster Squad. This one is rated PG-13, and they are both scary Halloween movies, so just be aware of that when you decide who to bring from the family. The second movie starting at 8 p.m. is Trick or Treat, and this one is rated R. So you can come to one or both of the movies, and again, first 50 vehicles, it is free. That's tonight. Tomorrow, on Halloween Day, at the Ashcroft Hub from 3 till 5, children are invited to show off their costumes for a chance to win prizes. And as well, children can trick or treat door to door inside the Ashcroft Hub. It is recommended that all adults wear masks while they are in the building. Also tomorrow on Halloween evening, the Cache Creek Fire Hall is hosting the biggest and best yet fireworks display. The event begins at 8 p.m. and the show can be viewed almost anywhere in Cache Creek. And that is all we have for you today, although I want to encourage you to come back here later on today to hear Barbara Roden read a spooky Halloween tale written by A.J. Allen. That'll be a great way to start off your Halloween weekend. Thanks for joining us today and have a safe and very happy Halloween.